All right, family covenant for the modern age. Jesus and Cain. Am I my brother's keeper? Cain. When you turn back, strengthen your brothers. Jesus. Jesus commands a reversal of Cain's sin. God had told Cain that sin was crouching at the door and that he must rule over it. Right after that, he killed his brother and then said, Am I my brother's keeper? Obviously, he didn't rule over sin. His act and his attitude went hand in hand. If people don't think they're the keepers of their family members, they won't act to protect them. Thus, they'll be following in the line of Cain. But if people keep their family members, they'll be following in the line of Jesus. The night before his death, Jesus prayed the following words: While I was with them, I protected and preserved them by your name, the name you gave me. Not one of them has been lost, except the son of destruction, so that the scripture would be fulfilled. That very same night, Jesus told Peter, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan demanded to have you, that he might sift you like wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith may not fail. And when you have turned again, strengthen your brothers. Jesus chose to use the word strengthen, not be nice to, or minister to, or visit once in a while. He wanted competence out of Peter. Some other translations say, establish your brothers. The name Peter means rock. Jesus gave him this name because he wanted Peter to be a rock for his brothers. The words establish and strengthen do not allow for incompetence. Jesus wants a competent people because he himself is the most competent person in the history of the world. Sadly, Christianity today is nothing more than incompetent positivity. Real Christians must competently care for the people God gave them. You might be thinking, well, the word brothers doesn't actually mean biological brothers. You're right. Peter only had one biological brother that we know of, Andrew. But Jesus wasn't reducing Andrew's position to that of everyone else. Rather, he was elevating everyone else to the position of family. The reason Christians call each other brothers and sisters today isn't to lessen the value of the biological relationship, but to elevate the status of the spiritual relationship. The word brother would be completely useless if it wasn't a biological word. When you call someone brother who's not your brother, you are honoring them and including them in your family. That's what Christianity is all about, including people in the family of God. All Christians must live in a way that defends the welcome of God. Before the word Christianity came into existence, it was called the way, because it was a way to live your life. It was the way to life. It's still that way today. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and he is not ashamed to call us brothers, as it says in Hebrews chapter 2. Where did Cain get the idea that he wasn't his brother's keeper? The answer is sin. He was the first person to be born with a sinful nature after his parents had fallen into Satan's trap. He did not rule over sin, but allowed it to control him. God had told him, if you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you refuse to do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Notice that Jesus said almost the exact same words to Peter. Satan demanded to have you. What would have happened if Satan had Peter? It's safe to say he would not have strengthened his brothers at all, but instead become a betrayer of his brothers, just like Judas Iscariot. Jesus told us the thief comes only to kill, steal, and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Satan wants our relationships to die. Jesus wants our relationships to be strengthened. Following Jesus requires that we strengthen our brothers. Andrew set a great example in how he cared for his brother. In fact, he was the very first person to bring someone to Jesus. The very first thing Andrew did was to find his brother Simon and tell him, "We have found the Messiah, that is the Christ." And he brought him to Jesus. Andrew didn't run to the market, nor did he run to his friends. He ran to his brother first because he loved him.